Hello, I'm Abbe of the Royal Dragon Court. I am an author. My work is on the subjects of history, genealogy, ancient nobility and royalty, and a few other subjects. That's not just all I do. I've been working lately on a project which isn't quite finished yet, but I wanted to let everybody know about it. When I was a child, I had an imaginary friend. The whole family knew about my imaginary friend. He was called ALGERNON W DIGITSTICK, and I made that name up when I was 5 years old. We used to live in Sussex. We went through a rather traumatic time, and when we got back from Wales and Ireland, we went to go and live with my nanny and grandad in Haywards Heath in the Sheppies area. And at the beginning of the Sheppies area is a place called the Ashenground Woods. And as you walk through the woods, the very first thing that you see is this big, massive oak tree. And what I would see in this oak tree was a wise old man. You could go through the woods and sometimes it'd be quite scary. And little Abby had this wise old man that was there to hold her hand and make sure that she was safe as she went through the woods. And I would go off with my nan and granddad's dogs, skipping happily, with my grandparents behind me and a sibling, and just having a jolly, lovely time. When I ended up having children myself, me and my father had a discussion, and my father says, "Do you still see Algernon?" And I said, "No, I don't." He said, "Oh, well, that's a shame." I said, "Well, I moved on, Dad, because I moved down to Devon, so I wasn't going to go to the woods to see him. And I kind of grew up." But Dad cherished that. Where I had other siblings take the mickey out of me, "You had an imaginary friend. And, you're special." Well, yeah, I am. I've got autism. I've got ADHD. If I didn't, then I wouldn't be this creative. But my dad held on to that, and he wanted me to write a book back then. And I think I was probably being about 27, 29, something, about 29, 30. I wasn't ready for it then, but I did write him a manuscript. When my dad died in 2013, I'd gathered all of his, what I felt was important paperwork. And within that paperwork was the manuscript. And that meant so much to me that my father had kept that manuscript for me. Kept it for him because he loved it. It wasn't that great, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't great at all. I really wasn't ready at that stage. I hadn't done a law degree. I was still going through bimbo beauty phase, but he kept it, and it meant a lot to him. And every now and then I go through the archives just to find little bits or see what I can find today. And a couple of months ago I found the Algernon manuscript, and it really warmed me and it got me a bit emotional. And I thought, this must have meant so much to him, and then he wanted me to use it later on in life. And when you're a kid, people do take the mickey out of you and say, "Well, he's not real. He's never going to be real." But I wanted to bring that beauty of that imagination and that creativity into real life. So I did. And we have my book, Algernon W Digitstick. This is Algernon. That's me as a child. And that's my nanny and granddad's dogs, Bruno and Blodwin. Bruno's the black one. And I've called this little girl Erin after my own daughter. But it's my inner child. I couldn't really write a book about myself. But if I incorporate Erin into it, then this book can go off to her children when she gets older. So yeah, we've got Algernon W Digitstick and the Bursting Nut Tree. I'm just going to show you a few pages of it. It is a wonderful book. I didn't realise that it would be so big. So we've got the nut, the big nut, and we've got the Ashenground wood map. And then the beginning of each story tells you a basis of who Algernon is, how he is a tree, he's merged into a tree, and then he comes out when he sees this special little girl called Erin. And yeah, he meets her and they become best friends, and she loves him so much she just giggles. She giggles all the time. And I just, yeah, that's me. That was what I was like, a happy, giggly little kid. And then we go on to meet the many different characters that are in the book. We've got Cyril the squirrel. He's a cheeky little squirrel. And this brought back all of those memories and my creativity and my imagination. I incorporated myself into it. On a good day, Abbe, okay. On a good day, Abbe is there. And yeah, we go off into a little story, and it's around about 45 to 50 pages. Yeah, and it shows you Algernon starts emerging from the tree, but Mummy can't see him, not now because she's too old. So yeah, it's a lovely book. My books are going to be about helping harness children's creativity. If they've got an imaginary friend, I am normalising that, absolutely normalising that. This one's got a bit of a counting game in it. It's about sharing and kindness and getting back to those lovely little moral characteristics that should be the building block of any child's life. So that's Algernon W Digitstick. I'm going to be doing 5 of them. I've done a very special one. The reason why I've done this special one is because this little boy is very special to me and my children. We love him dearly, and it was his birthday the other day, so I had been working on this for a couple of months now, and I came out with a personalised book for him. It's Harry's Great Woodland Race, and the beginning of the book is the same structure of who Algernon is, blah blah blah, and then we get to the half of the book and it tells you the story about the Great Woodland Race. It is a wonderful, wonderful story, and what I've done is I'm showing kindness in it. I think the fact I love it so much. The fact it looks just like the little boy. It's got his favourite teddy. It's got his favourite scooter. And there's other little aspects in it, like it's got a picture of it's got him and his mum in it, and yeah, that's what the personalised books are going to be about. If a person's mum or a dad's child is struggling with certain things, like sharing or confidence or not fitting in, I will be very understanding if somebody wants to use it as a tool to help their child along the way to navigate these things, because I know what it's like. I've got an autistic child, 21-year-old downstairs now, that he finds the world very, very difficult. Finds it very difficult. So if we had like a little book when they were younger, they could help use these little books as like a tool to help give them that extra stability and emotional stability in their life. I think that's what I can give to the world. So these books will be available once I do the whole series. I'm going to be offering out personalised books, and for the bigger, one of the more expensive prices, you'll get all of the books You'll get the series and then the personalised book, but we'll do separate personalised books as well. And if you want to go and buy the series separately, then that's absolutely fine. But yeah, that's Algernon W Digitstick. Abbe Brooksweir, aka Abbe de Vere, Abbe Brooksweir's imaginary friend, has now been brought to life. And how beautiful that is. I'm really chuffed.